We're on. We're good. We're back.
How do you find the iPhone like recording long sequences?
It's fine, especially I have an older one. It's 4K. Even if you do 4K and like 30 frames per second.
Yeah.
I have 200 something gigs, so I have like the middle. I think that's the base model now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But it's fine. I have like, I record all my podcast. Like I just have an SSD that I offloaded to maybe once, twice a year.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes, but the battery holds up fine.
Battery, dude, what's the 12? That's like from 2017 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
And it's still great. Completely fine.
Hell, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I record my shows, I like charge my iPhone, but then it overheats sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't want to I don't fucking know, but.
True. Yeah, the battery on the 15. So do you have the Pro Max or the regular size?
No, just the regular Pro, yeah.
Okay, maybe it's a size thing because battery is completely, and the heat capacity too. Obviously, the bigger
specific
phone,
heat capacity.
The specific, yeah. But the bigger phone, you can diffuse the heat much easier.
Okay,
right?
that makes sense.
I think that's why mine is so good because it's like an older model and maybe the battery, I don't know. It's just its size, and I think my model, the 12, the 13 had more battery issues than mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, honestly.
And then they fixed it in the 14, and then the 15 went down, and maybe now the 16.
Yeah.
It's kind of like getting I have a 2010 Mazda 6, and it's the last model year with that specific design language, so I like reamped it. But my car, it's still chugging along great. Like 14, 15 years later, because it's like they perfected that design and then they remodeled it. So like all the little kinks and all the engineering is kind of ironed out, and the model is like, it's such a good model year. There's no like stupid little, you know what? Sometimes when you get a car, there's like little design flaws. Like the door hinge does something weird. Or mine is like all nice and like they ironed it out, you know?
That's so funny because I know fuck all about cars.
I don't know anything about cars either. I just know that no matter, like if I could win the lottery like today, fucking $20 million, I will run my Mazda into the ground. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm not a car guy either.
Yeah. I can't even drive. Like I don't even have a license.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, because like, you know, I moved here 18,
right,
and then I lived university's right down the street.
That's crazy
here. So
yeah,
driving was like, because I was taking my test, but it was like in winter, and my driving instructor was fucking crazy. Like he was like screaming at people on the street like while I was driving. So I was driving and there's like a runner in front of me and he goes, "Look at this motherfucker," and honks the horn, and then the runner looks back at me like, "What the fuck?" And I'm in the driver's seat. So I'm like, "What the fuck?"
It gave you PTSD.
Yeah. And
That's
then he'll
hilarious.
like reach over and like the green light hits and someone's in front of me and he fucking honks. I'm like, dude, you're fucking throwing me under the bus. So
have you seen that clip that went viral? I think it was in Toronto where it was an Uber driver and the guy like pulls over and chases a biker.
What, like on foot?
On foot.
Why? Because he's mad?
Just because he's mad. The biker does something. He's like, "You fucking whatever."
Yeah.
I mean, he was Indian. Just no correlation, just stating a fact. But he chased him, and the passenger is just like, "What the fuck is going on?" Filming this, put it on TikTok. Went viral.
Because there's someone in the Uber.
Yeah,
that's like in GTA 6 when you steal a cab and there's someone in the back and you don't realize. Yeah, and you're driving away from a crime scene and then you slow down enough and you see someone jump out the back. And you're like, what the fuck?
You just see 3 stars pop over the Indian guy. You're like, oh shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, Toronto's being like it's been crazy since like we were in undergrad. I feel like I don't take the subway a lot. I took it today here and then like last week once because I didn't want to drive, and it was just so one crackhead, Young and Shepherd, one crackhead just delayed the whole thing, like the train. We had to clear the train because they broke the bottle and they were like screaming and the police had to come. So one person caused like a 15-minute delay.
Oh Jesus.
And it's obviously anecdotal because it's like, okay, this doesn't happen every day, but I was like, this is a sign.
But like, if you go once and then that happens, well, that's like there was a stabbing at Yonge and Eglinton. Where my fiance works, right? Like right at that building. And she still took the subway home because she's like, well, I gotta fucking get home. It's raining. I'm not walking home. And there are people in the office that don't take the subway ever. Yeah. And they're like, this is why I don't take the TTC. It's all stabbings and blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
There's probably somebody like playing their music out loud and the guy's like, change the song. And then
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. I'd rather get stabbed than be the guy playing the music out loud, though.
Yeah,
I'll take my fuck that,
dude. Because at least people will run away from you, but they probably don't care. They're like, "Oh, that guy's crazy. Let me get away from him." Yeah. But someone that's playing music out loud, I'm like judging you.
Yeah,
you know?
No, for sure. The fact that you're not wearing earphones and you're playing the music out loud, and then also your song choice. There's levels to the judgment. That like, if you're playing Drake on the subway, like get the fuck out of here.
It's funny too, because that whole Drake Kendrick thing, like in the music circles.
Yeah, how's that?
There's lots of debates about it, but it seems like pretty much everyone's on Kendrick's side.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're in Toronto, you should be on Drake's side. And it's like, yeah, but this is like rap music, right?
Yeah.
And Drake is like a pop guy now.
True, yeah.
So if he's trying to, if he wants to be in the rap circles and then win over fans of rap music that see him as a pop guy, then I don't know. That's just the opinion that I've heard. But, I'm
kind of like Bill Burr, like I was telling you. The music has passed me by. I like, people shit on Coldplay. I fucking love Coldplay. If you don't like Coldplay, you can fuck off. I don't know. I have a weird taste in music, and I'll still like listen to a lot of deep house actually from university. That's why I like your stuff. It's not that it's deep house, but like I like.
Dude, I'm honestly like I'm sick of like sad indie pop shit. Like it's very popular, and that was my number one. Sorry, my cat's being an asshole. Oi!
Your cats are fighting.
Yeah. Well, he's just tapping her on the ass when she's trying to sleep. He's just
tap
bored.
that ass, bro. Let's go get that.
So, funny. Anyways, yeah, like I'm sick of like indie pop stuff. Even though my number one listen artist was an indie artist.
Yeah.
And like slow music, I like listening to it, but making it's just like I don't know. I just want to have a good time, dude. I just want to be more. Like,
do you listen to a lot of music, or does the fact that you make music kind of remove you from the? Because I feel like for me, I can't enjoy comedy as much because I'm so analytical.
No, I don't really listen to a lot of music.
Honestly. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just that my standard is just higher or something, and like I don't really judge musicians. Like when I first started making music, I would be like, "Oh, this guy's so good, I don't want to listen to him because it makes me feel bad about myself."
Right. But
now I'm just like, it takes a lot more for me to be interested in it.
True.
So I just like I need to find. It's not even just finding a song; it needs to be in the right time too. Mm-hmm. If I find an amazing song at the wrong time, it doesn't stick.
Right, because it's such a subjective. It's like that's the thing about comedy and music and movies or whatever, art in general. Whenever somebody's like, this is my opinion, and if you disagree with it, you're stupid or gay. Like, just, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's not it's just, I like, food, whatever. I like burgers. You might not like burgers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It doesn't mean that burgers are bad. It just means you don't like them,
don't like them. Yeah.
So it's weird when people get so defensive. Even like, there we go. Kendrick and Drake, right? That whole... I mean, that's more of it's not about their music. It's more of that was like a pop culture, like celebrity. And
Kendrick's coming here on Father's Day in Toronto, and he's booking out the fucking Rogers Center that Taylor Swift did. 55,000 seats. I think it's 55 or something.
Is he doing
like
2 shows?
I don't know.
Isn't he doing multiple shows, I heard?
I have no idea, but yeah, it's crazy because like a lot of people I know are gonna go 100%.
You know what would drink that battle if he did that? Who was the artist? Like I think it was like 50 Cent or something. Who there was like a rival artist that was playing his city.
Yeah, so he bought all the fucking.
He bought all the tickets, so it was a sold out show. Was it 50?
Yeah, well, 50 Cent does shit like that. He's like the master of petty beef, but he does it in a good way, like
in a funny way.
Like he when he was talking about Floyd Mayweather or whatever, and the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah.
So Floyd Mayweather's like 50 Cent, do the ice bucket challenge or some shit like that, and he said, "Fuck the ice bucket challenge. I'll give $500,000 to any charity if you read 1 page of a Harry Potter book."
What?
Yeah.
1 page of a Harry Potter book.
That's so funny.
That's a low barrier, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't know. When was this? How long ago was this?
Oh, like 2013.
ALS, right? 2013. Yeah. So it wasn't as bad then, but like reading a page of a book now, it's actually a pretty big challenge.
Dude, look at this book I bought yesterday.
That's sick.
It's 1,600 pages. It's like the 5th in the series of a fantasy series.
Wind and Truth.
Yeah, it's so good, man.
Yeah.
And like the thing is that one of these books is like 2 Harry Potter books length. Like it's like really beefy.
Stormlight Archive.
I usually read them on the Kindle.
Nice, yeah.
But I decided to get this one to support the author and stuff like that, or get the
I mean, you still support the author, but it's just like the feeling of the book.
Yeah, and it came out like 4 days ago or something like that. But now when I open it, like, it's intimidating. It's like I'm reading the fucking Bible, dude.
It is. It's so thicker than a Bible, bro.
Yeah, you can't even like hold it up.
You can't put it in a hotel room like drawer.
No, dude. Unless you, I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's the New Testament.
Yeah, this is what they put in the drawers in hotels in Quebec.
Yeah,
because they're very non-religious there or whatever.
Instead of the Bible, I thought they were very religious. They're more like old timey.
Well, from what I've heard,
I definitely know they're racist. That's
from what I heard. There was like
the only redeeming quality about Quebec.
There was a falling out with the church in the 60s or something like that. With
Quebec has a falling out with everybody. What the fuck are they?
I know,
They're falling out with the government, falling out with the church, falling out with like. Whatever.
Yeah, everyone in Ontario.
If you're gonna beef God, like, I understand Drake, but why are you beefing God? Relax.
And so that's why all their swear words like tabernacle and shit are based on the church.
Based on religion, true.
Yeah. But that's what I heard from my Quebecois friends. They're like, I actually used to be like very hesitant about Quebecois people.
Yeah.
Even though my family is like my extended family's from Montreal.
Yeah.
Like a lot of French Canadians used to intimidate me because I was like, oh, they're so rude or whatever.
Yeah.
And then after living in Vietnam and coming back, I'm like, no, they're just honest people.
Yeah.
They just say exactly what you want to your face. Then you come to Toronto.
Which also usually makes somebody rude. If you're really honest, if you speak your mind, you're usually a dick.
And it's just like I prefer that so much more now because, like, I don't know. In Ontario, there's a lot of beating around the bush. There's a lot of like talking to you and pretending that you're cool when you're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like weird.
Imagine being so bitter as like as a whatever, a province that you like literally you're like tabarnak, fuck you, Jesus, I don't like you anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat my poutine.
I mean, dude, it's so cold there. It's like I wouldn't believe in God either.
Yeah, no, it's the opposite. It's either you try to find your salvation in God, or you're like, yo, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Almighty, powerful. What's with this -30? Like, can you maybe
crazy.
bring it down to -15?
I played a show in Montreal in November, and November in Toronto is like whatever, it's fine. And that was like one of the fucking most shit. Like, it was like snowing and it was so friggin' cold and the sidewalks are never like cleaned or anything. And like getting there and like, leaving the show at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like dying, dude. And like it's horrible. But,
it's tough.
The city like is actually fucking amazing though.
It is
like
cool.
The people will come from the street, don't know who you are, just hear the music, and they'll just come.
That's
buy
really
tickets
cool.
and walk in and like watch you play. You know?
Yeah, I was in Montreal this summer in July. So in July it's nice. Like Toronto in the summer is great. Montreal in the summer is great. Yeah. What I didn't like about it is the one lane. They have like single lane. So they have a large highway like the highways here in Toronto or wherever in North America, but they have, for some reason, they decided it was a good idea to put those barriers and single out the lanes. So like you're going on one direction traffic on the right side of the highway. There's like 6 lanes.
Oh yeah.
But they're individually separated.
You can't cross.
No, you can't cross. And there's like little like the cement borders keeping you from crossing.
What the hell?
And I'm driving there. I'm like, not to mention they have like a European like you can turn left on you can't turn right on reds.
Yeah, right.
And there's like there's like blinking reds, which is, what does that mean again?
I have no idea. You're asking.
Yeah, right. You don't drive. Yeah.
Like blinking red, dude, for me, it's 5 minutes until your set ends, dude.
Yeah, think about this. On the highway, you got the light.
Yeah.
On the highway, you're in a single lane. Here, like there's whatever, like there's a 6-7 lane highway, right? You can merge if there's an accident, you get around it, and traffic it bottlenecks, but you can still get through.
Right.
There, I'm like, if anything happens in front of me, I'm fucked.
Yeah, you're done.
There is no, and then I was driving that thinking, and then lo and behold, a couple of days later, something happens, like 5 cars in front of us. We're there for an hour and a half.
Oh my God, dude.
And police have to come put like those flares on the highway, and we have to back out of our lane.
You're kidding me. That's crazy.
Luckily, it was after my show. If it was on the way to my show, I would have blown a gasket, whatever.
I thought you were about to say I would have blown a guy. Or
I would have also blown a guy.
Police officer to get
sometimes traffic is so bad, you just gotta fucking blow a dude. You know what I mean? It makes you want to fuck a tranny.
Completely unrelated to the traffic. You're just letting out your steam, dude.
Yeah, man. It makes you want to transition. I don't know.
Yeah. Like in Montreal, I found that also there's all those like pylons, those the traffic cones. Yeah. Apparently they spend something like $1 million a year on pylons.
That's insane. So do the Leafs.
Yeah. I don't know what is there like pylon tax or something? Like why is it actively $1 million a year?
I don't know. That was a great joke though. I'm proud of myself for that one. So do the Leafs.
Yeah.
Pylons, hockey guys will like that.
Clip it, dude.
Clip it. No, but I'm sure, I don't know how much Toronto spends on fucking pylons, but there's pylons all over the place. They just don't.
Yeah. Especially if you lived at Yonge and Egg, dude.
It's not the same anymore. They don't use the triangular pylons anymore. They use those like stick ones that they just like put on the ground.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
It's just like it has like a heavy base, so you don't knock it over, and it's like a stick. It's like a wobbly stick.
Fucking shrinkflation's getting to everyone, dude.
Yeah, literally. It's weird, but yeah, man, it's I'm still laughing at the fact that Quebec beefed God. That's crazy.
Yeah, they really did, and they won. Like they're fine.
No, they didn't win, bro. Thing, dude. God made them Quebecois. That's a big L.
Oh my god.
He's like, oh yeah, you're gonna beef me in the future because he's omnipotent or whatever, assumingly.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna make you speak French, but it's gonna sound like you have a dick in your mouth. Fuck you.
Oh man.
And then they became Quebecois.
Good old Quebecois.
Yeah. Dude. I always like the French, I guess. So what the actual Quebecois French is historically, because I speak French, and I learned how to speak French here in Toronto in a French school, right? And you learn more of like the traditional. My French teacher at least was like Parisian, I think, or something. So I learned like the European style of French. But the Quebecois French, from what I understand, those are like colonists that came from France whenever. And because they separated from France, the French language in France evolved.
Right.
But the Quebecois French is like a time capsule into how French was back then, whenever they came here. So it's more of an old style, like, so French people did speak like that apparently, but it evolved. Right?
Okay, I see. Yeah.
As people do.
Yeah.
But the Quebecois, they're like, tabarnak, fuck that. We're speaking like that forever.
Dude. But it's also crazy too, because I appreciate that a lot of Quebecois people also speak English. A lot of them speak English.
There is so much politics about there too. Like a lot of people get in Montreal, especially. You can live only knowing English. Like you can survive there not knowing French.
That's true. Specifically,
but Montreal, I feel like once you go to Quebec, or like small town, smaller towns, it gets a lot tougher. Like they look at you weird if you don't speak French.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
I just feel bad because I'm like really bad at French. But like I used to work for a Montreal-based company, and everyone operated in English, and I would join a call, and they're all speaking French, and then they're like, "Hey, Michael," and I'm like,
"Hey, Michael."
Yeah, they're like, "How's it going?" No,
they go like, "Hey, Michael, how are you?" I love George St. Pierre's French accent or Quebecois accent.
Dude, that's the god, man.
Yeah, he's the best. He is a very good opponent. I respect him very much.
That's actually pretty good.
I will fight him, and he will be a very good... That's how it sounded when you joined the call. Hello, Michael. You are a very good opponent. Thank you for joining the Zoom call today.
Oh, man.
How's it been, man? So you're all... we didn't even do an intro. This is Mike Emblem, by the way. This is Michael, my good friend from university, and now... We did a second year research project?
Yeah, we were like 19, 8, 20 or something.
So we met doing chemistry, and now he's in music and I'm in comedy. Yeah, so
that's how good chemistry is doing nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, chemistry is like, it was fun on paper.
Yeah.
And then you start mixing shit up and people are unemployed, and then you're like, oh, this is not fun.
Yeah, you're cooking in the lab, quite literally, and then you're like, hey, did you get a job? This PhD that's been in chemistry for 15 years longer than you. Yeah. He's like, nope.
Smartest guy you've ever met in your life.
Yeah.
There were PhD students in my lab studying computer science while in between experiments.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because they're like, and stuff. They know chemistry's not going to
because they at least know that there's chemistry, but pure chemistry is very hard to break into from what I've seen. Like, if you mix it with something else, and then you've got like, you can be like the data analyst in a chemistry organization.
When I was like job searching before I decided to go in like all in with the comedy, I was looking at consulting as an option.
Oh.
Which is like a wider umbrella, and there's like room for improvement. And they were actually going to pay me more than fucking like, you know, like a Starbucks fucking 5 Starbucks stars a week.
Yeah.
It's not even like real money. They're just gonna pay you in Monopoly money.
Yeah.
Or like Tim Hortons points. But basically, it's academia, or like you can do a startup. There's some people that are doing startups, but that's tough because you gotta like work your ass off for those grants.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, man. I don't know. Like there's no. It used to be really big, and you'd think like with COVID, like, oh yeah, chemistry's great, right? Like biotech, whatever, this and that. But it's not even that. It's like all those. Yeah, you get a job as a lab rat, like just literally a line cook, right?
Yeah,
but in a lab.
Yeah.
Like you're in working in a restaurant.
Yeah.
That doesn't pay much, and then the trajectory there, if you actually want to start making money, is you work as a lab rat for like 20 years, and then you maybe get a job in like middle management, if you're lucky,
and at a pharmaceutical company.
And by then you've been slurping acetone for 20 years, and you have like 5 types of cancer in your eyeball.
I'm still scarred by fucking vinegar, the smell of acetic acid.
Yeah.
Because I burned like a shit ton of nose hairs smelling like 95% acetic acid.
Really?
Once, like accidentally,
Jesus.
yeah, when I was like 19 years old. So that shit still triggers me, dude.
In the lab, or?
Yeah, I was a volunteer. And I like was working with acetic acid.
No way.
It wasn't 95%. That seems absurd. That would
you
have
just,
just
like,
evaporated. No, I just had a container with it, and I brought it up to the Rotovap, and I like uncapped it like this to put it on the thing, and it hit me in the fucking face. Yeah, it was brutal, but like,
and
I mean,
like,
it was fun.
did your smelling is fine now, or?
Yeah, it just burned like a motherfucker for like 2 hours.
Oh shit!
And I don't know if my nose hairs actually like were singed or anything, but like it felt like it.
You felt like your nose hairs were literally burning,
like literally
coated?
burning. Yeah, it was insane. So now that smell of vinegar is like insane.
Yeah, dude, it's super dangerous. You hear it's like when you're with your like lab people, like you talk about like injuries that happen, like oh, this one guy years ago was on the Rotovap and he a beaker flew through his like
oh dude lost all his fingers and shit.
Just horror stories.
Yeah, it's funny too because like I went from chemistry where everyone's trying to avoid smelling chemicals to music where everyone's just snorting any chemical they find on any table.
Entertainment, in general. Yeah, I don't know. It's it is a different world. It is interesting, and you'll relate to this because you still have like science friends like from like
a couple.
Yeah. So like we went from that world to like the creative world, and the types of people could not be more different.
No,
you know
not
what
at
I mean?
all, dude. That's why I will never fucking snort anything that anyone gives me, because I'm like, bro, I was in the lab myself making shit like powders and everything, and I wouldn't trust myself at how pure that was at all.
True.
Namely some dude in like a fucking whatever,
And with everything being laced nowadays, you don't know like where they're sourcing it, how they're making it. Like if it could be like a home project, like DIY meth, that would be fun. Just make it not to consume or sell, just to flush down the toilet, right? But
dude, well, at least like I don't know.
With our skills though, we can make some good ass.
Yeah, some like Breaking Bad, but like
Breaking Bad shit.
More like when Jesse is like trapped in that fucking underground cage and they murder his like girlfriend thing or whatever, and he's like all distraught. That would be us making shit.
People always ask, "Oh my god, so you can like make drugs?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's the whole point. I'm a synthetic chemist, but the issue is getting the ingredients and then having the equipment. It's like, you know what I mean? And it's not that hard. It's like making toast. It's like making scrambled eggs. It's just it is kind of, there is an art to it. Like when you get to a certain level, like for example, like whatever lab you worked in, your Rotovap probably had some tweaks to it. How to handle it,
Yeah, and you're working with equipment that's like from 2013 that's just being like worked together barely, and you spend more time fixing the fucking machine than you do actually getting data. So yeah, I don't know, man. That was something. If anything, it taught me how to like get through something I don't want to do for 6 years or whatever.
That's all it taught me, is just how to work, how to like just be effective and whatever. Like I'm proficient in Microsoft Excel now. So it's on my resume.
But now in music it's so different because it doesn't work the same, like just trying to power through and just trying to like just be like, okay, head down, just fucking do the same thing 14 times and you'll make it work. It doesn't work at all, like you have to be all creative and whatever. You need to go like
gotta be all creative and gay and stuff. But what's your creative process like? Are you one of those, cuz I know for some things, for some people, everybody's different, but for some people, it works to just like sit down every day and like just write, even if it's garbage. Some people just whenever it hits them. What's your process like?
Yeah, I need to be inspired because pretty much all I do now is like steal shit.
Yeah.
So like that's the whole like Picasso whatever thing.
Yeah.
It's like I need to just sit there. I listen to a bunch of music until I find something I like. Then I'll take whatever I like and just try and replicate it as best as possible. But it's not the whole song, right? It's usually like, oh, I like this little melody run on the piano. Let me repeat that. And like, let me map out what notes they used.
Yeah.
Repeat it on a loop instead of like having it just as a moment and then build something underneath it. And by the end of it, that original idea may not even be there anymore.
Right.
But it's just inspired me to get there. So like the hardest part is the first 30 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
If I can get over that, then that's okay. But
that's really interesting because like even with music, there's like statistically there's like only a certain amount of like what's the thing, like the combinations that you can make technically.
Yeah. No, like I believe it that there's like every melodic thing in music or drum thing in music has been made, even if it's not public or whatever. But it's really weird because people forget. People are very forgetful creatures, especially with music. Music usually only lives in people's heads for like, on average, like a couple weeks maybe before they really forget what happened, unless you love a song so much that it goes forever.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, if you ask someone to sing like, if you ask 10 people to sing Happy Birthday, right?
Right.
They'll all start on different notes. On different initial notes, but it's the like the relative intervals between the notes like that people remember. So you can always find, something in there that'll work, and at the same time people don't actually like anything completely original. If you make something completely new, there's nothing to relate to.
Too confusing. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, popular music just holds on to this like idea of like the structure of like vocals on the top, right? Someone singing a melody, that's what they hold on to, right? So then you start showing them drum and bass music, and it's too far gone for them. They're like, what the fuck, right? And then you add a vocal on that drum and bass, and then suddenly it's Pink Panthers. Or it's New Jeans or whatever, right? Like, so you suddenly like make it popular because even though there's nothing melodically the same, the structure of the instruments and the voice they recognize, So
what do you think about like the new wave of music, whatever it is? Because there's so much, that internet theory. There's so much content that nothing's gonna matter eventually. There's so much new music out there. It's hard to really like pinpoint like what the new style is. There's like hip hop, R&B, this, that.
Yeah.
What do you think about where it's going with all the
like micro genres and everything?
Yeah, with all the mass amount of music that's being put out, probably more than ever, right?
Yeah, I think it's good in a few ways. It's like everyone is going to find that perfect moment of music that they really, really like.
Right.
Like everyone's dad in the 60s with fucking John Lennon or whatever, right? But, a lot of people don't like popular music today or haven't found the music they like. They just like what their friends like, and they just listen to what their friends listen to. But who knows? They'll find something that perfectly fits their niche, whether it's like fucking European techno with like R&B vocals on it or whatever, And also, anyone can make music now. It's like you can't be good at music,
there's
but
no
anyone
barrier
can make
to
it.
entry.
And I think everyone should try to make music at least once in their life.
Yeah. I think that, I think a positive aspect of the amount of content, there's like, the negative talking points have been chewed up and spit out a million times. But I think a good thing that comes out of this huge amount of content is that, like we were talking about, the fact that nothing's new. It's all like a regurgitation of the same ideas in a kind of original way.
Yeah.
That's what any art, like same thing with jokes, like the premise, any premise that so many, it's annoying now. You go on Reddit and like, this guy stole this joke, this guy stole this joke. It's the same. And we're talking about people like pros, like veterans, like people are accusing like Chappelle of stealing this, right? Like, no, he just took a premise that has been done a million times and you've probably seen it at open mics.
Yeah.
But his artistry isn't in the premise. It's in how he delivers that idea.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the artistry.
It's like
same
a combination
thing with the music, right?
Yeah.
This beat, this lyric, this whatever, it's not about the fact that it's been done. It's how you package it into something new.
Yeah.
That being said, I think the fact that right now that when you're growing up in whatever art that you want to produce, you have a lot of influences, and there used to be a barrier to how much you can access to be influenced by, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, you have access to. You want to listen to, whatever, like John Lennon, the Beatles. You want to listen to their whole archive. You got at the tip of your fingers.
Yeah.
If you feel that moment of creativity, oh, John Lennon, this, you can YouTube it, listen to the song, and boom, you have that juice.
Yeah, and it's also like, it's not also just about the art. It's like the entire package. Like, you can't be a top 40s pop star nowadays without, like, just based on music. You have to have a story. It's like fucking America's Got Talent,
right?
Like, you need the story, you need the look, you need the everything, which I don't blame people, because people, yes, the music is part of it, but people just like stories, right? Like, people just want a good story. Like Sabrina Carpenter, right? She started as a Disney child, and now she has like such a locked in personality with this like humor, and also like her look, and also how she acts in public, and also her music, that, some people like, oh, this person has 6 writers in the room when they're writing the song. It's like, yeah, but that doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, what matters is that Sabrina is the person that ends up singing it. And as much as I don't like sometimes that like whole, like, someone writes a song and then an artist takes it for granted and they just go, yeah, this is my song now, I'm going to sing it. And, your writers, like, you guys are my employees or whatever. It works. It works for a reason.
100%. Yeah. Same thing in comedy. Like, once you get to a certain level, comedians have writers, and then like that's a job for an up and comer. It's like a way to be in the industry and around the people. So kind of everybody gets fed. But I don't. Yeah, that's it's a myth. You can't, like, being creative is, you're creating something. It's cool. Like, it's coming from your brain. But at the end of the day, it's still like, I don't know, it's just stuff that's been done before, and like you were influenced by something. You didn't make up, right? Like, you didn't make up music, the thing. Like, whoever the first person would imagine, like, even when the caveman, the first person to like sing a note, like, it's not,
probably heard some fucking deer or something.
Yeah, exactly. Took it, bro. They stole it from.
That's why I'm making house music now, because some fucking chipmunk in the caveman era or whatever sang some shit,
and then he's like, yo, run that back. Oh shit.
They do the fucking spin back. When DJs do that, they play a song and people are like, oh, that's crazy, and then they spin back the entire track and start it all over again.
Yeah, he heard a moose mating call and he was like, bro, that's fire. He Kanye'd it. He's like,
he took out his fucking iPhone and voice memoed it.
That's hilarious, man.
Honestly, if I time traveled back and showed people my music, even in like the 40s, I don't know what people would think, though.
That would be interesting. I think that would, again,
they're like, it would fighting Hitler, and I'm like trying to play them UK garage.
They're like, bro, hold on, let us try to save all these like Jews from this bullshit that's going on, and then let's maybe hold off on Pop Smoke.
That's funny. The bullshit that's going on is definitely.
I think the Nazis would listen to fuck with Pop Smoke, though, because they were all methed up, and they'd hear like, what's that?
What, like drill music?
Yeah, just go like, oh shit, and then just start marching.
Dude, they were definitely listening to fucking hard underground techno in their head with all their the meth that they were on and shit. They were definitely on. They were more of the club people for sure. Yeah,
or like heavy metal. Yeah, that's more, and but that's closer to. Yeah, it's all like, and it's also I think music is a cool like time capsule into like the period you're in. It's a kind of window into the psyche of like the population at that time, right? Like with the whole like, the hippie movement, and they started listening to, and then there's like the 80s with the metal, the rock, and it's always the same thing. It's always like the kids listening to the new cool music, and the parents like, what is this garbage? That's not music. And then you fast forward to them becoming the parents, going like, in my day we listened to rock. And
well, it's funny how the hippies were all like peace and love and like fuck the government and like we need equality and stuff, and now they're like the most filthy fucking rich generation. And well, also, obviously not all of them are, but like a ton of them are like very much capitalist or whatever. Which is whatever, they took advantage of what they had and they made it work. But
that's like the whole geopolitical whatever. It is gonna, like, it's right now the wealth is, Well, like the Democrats or whatever, they were technically, it's the party for the people, right? For the 90%. But now that, because they've had success over the past couple of decades, it became kind of the party of the elites, and all the weird stuff that's been happening, I think, with this, like, we overcorrected, right? It's like this thing where you see, you know, like we have Trump winning again, and the, you know, people saying retarded again, and it's like going back to the center, right?
Those are the two, like,
fucking nature is healing, baby. No, but okay, look at this, right? Like, seriously, like, when we were in university, you say retarded in public, it's a problem. You can, like, shit, like, bad. I'm saying it right now. I'll post it. Nothing's really going to happen. Whatever. I've burned all my bridges at this point. Career prospects. If I don't make it in comedy, I'm fucked. But what it is, it's kind of like, you think about like a stick. You take a stick, you put it in the ground, you stomp on it to one side, right? If you let go of the stick, that elastic potential energy, it's not going to go back to the center. It's going to whip back over, right? That's what it is. It's whipping back and forth. We overcorrected with the political correctness, and now we're coming back, and we're probably going to overcorrect back, right? And then the political correctness is going to come back, and it's just going to keep going in waves.
The comeback of Ray William Johnson.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy was wild, man.
Yeah, Ray William Johnson. Yeah, the YouTuber, right?
Yeah. He was number one on YouTube
for a while. He was one of the OGs. Back when being a YouTuber was just posting a few stupid skits like a month.
Oh, dude.
Now you have to have like a whole like Netflix level 20-minute plus documentary a week to be considered a YouTuber.
I mean, my attention span went to shit with YouTube Shorts and everything like that and TikTok, but now I just watch like 45-minute long woodworking videos. That's all I fucking do on YouTube now.
Yeah, that's nice. Again, that's interesting how the longer videos are coming back. I was going to say with a book, right? I'm reading a paperback book now because I've been listening to all my shit while I'm at the gym or doing something else. So, which is not great because how much are you really absorbing? But reading the book now, literally it's the first book I've read, like physical paperback, in years. Years. I don't remember the last time I actually finished a book cover to cover.
And it takes your entire attention span.
Right?
You can't even listen to music. Well, I can't listen to music while I read.
I can't either. Yeah. But you have to sit down, you have to flip the pages, you have to be locked in.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's like it. I didn't even what happened. I like cooked my brain, bro.
Dude,
it took me like to get through the first chapter. It took me like a couple of days of just like page at a time, like blocking off 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
I want to get to a point where I can just sit down, and I don't think I've got the most. I've definitely done like half an hour session at least, working my way up, but I can't do an hour.
Well, what are you reading?
It's Man's Search for Meaning, Viktor E. Frankl. It's like a Holocaust book.
Is it like a motivational sort of situation, or is it
no? It's kind of like it's like a historical. So he's a psychologist that survived Auschwitz. Okay. And then he details he chronicles what he went through, and then he tries to derive meaning from it.
Oh, okay.
And it's more of a stoic. I'm super into the only books that I've read in the past years have been mostly like stoic, like Marcus Aurelius Meditations.
Yeah.
I've read that book in the past like 3 years. I've read it maybe like 5-6 times.
Yeah.
So I reread that book a lot, and it's cool because you take away different meaning depending on where you are in your life. But then I've read like Epictetus, Seneca, and then this one, my friend that I talk to a lot about this kind of stuff recommended it to me because he comes to a similar. I think if you look at it, you know how Amazon does those book recommendations. Oh, you like this, then you'll like this. Yeah, it's definitely one of those books. If you like Stoicism, this book will be recommended because he essentially comes to the same conclusions after his experiences as a Holocaust survivor. It's meaning, and it's like life is random. The only thing you can do is control how you, like, it's not what happens to you, it's how you react, right? God
damn, that's what you're reading, bro. I'm reading about motherfuckers with magic and shit like that.
Yeah, I can't read fiction.
Dude,
I can't do it.
Honestly, that's what got my reading back on track. Yeah. Because just like not reading, like I used to read a shit ton of like books that are more about like making myself a better person. Yeah. And it's exhausting, dude. It's exhausting trying to make yourself better all the time. Yeah. That reading fiction is just, it's more, it's entertainment.
Escapism.
Like I think reading a book like Atomic Habits or whatever, and reading like Harry Potter. Oh, by the way,
like those Atomic Habits, like, or like whatever, Mark Manson's like, you know, his like self-help author, like how to say no. What it's all it's hot garbage. It's all like it's like self-improvement. It's a version of like the TikTok thing, right? Self-improvement porn kind of thing. You know what I mean? People like that shit.
They're just like, and it's like being productive all the time isn't really the meaning of life. And I don't know, dude, you just got to read some fucking Harry Potter, basically. Like, find some fiction you like and you'll be, dude, I'll read this book for like 14 hours.
That's nice.
Yeah, like obviously with breaks in it, but.
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting a call. Should I pick this up?
Sure. Is it important?
Hello?
Hi, is Michael there?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yes, speaking. Oh.
This is Sarah, and I'm calling from FamPal, the TD credit card holders. How are you?
Fucking TD card credit card holders. She's like, hello, is this Michael?
Yeah.
Like,
speaking.
Yes. And she's like, is that you? Like, speaking. She's like, hi, I'm Sam from TD card. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, honestly, I feel bad sometimes because they're just doing their job and they're getting through it. But I've like, the only thing that's helped me is to hang up as quick as possible because they will mark you as someone that like won't even entertain it.
Right.
Like you can't even, because if I go, oh yeah, let me listen to your thing and then go, sorry, I'm not interested.
Yeah, they know the length of the conversation too.
Yeah, also I don't want to waste their time. Like, you know, whatever.
What freaks me out now? There's like a new, with AI, there like the potential of a lot of scammers, what they're doing is they're trying to record your voice so they can use it. They have enough of a sample to reproduce it for like those voice checks or whatever. Or there's those scams where they can like take your voice and be like, hey, we have your son ransom, like, and then they put the AI you know what I mean?
I know they should do that with like Selena Gomez's voice or like Drake's voice.
Yeah, exactly, right? So like you take, like, think about somebody like who has a podcast, me, right? Like they could, there's so many like hours of me speaking online, they can definitely reproduce my voice. Or somebody like Joe Rogan, be like, hey, this is Joe Rogan calling, give me all your money and you can come, like,
is that the new Nigerian prince?
Yeah, Joe Rogan is the new Nigerian prince, bro.
That's funny.
Who would have thought?
But
we were talking about books. Fucking books are, I don't love fiction. I like watching TV shows. That's my escapism. I'm watching this new show, by the way. Finally found a good do you know Dark?
Is that the German one?
It's the German one.
Yeah, I watched like the first few episodes. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's nice. It's it's like a better. People compare it to Stranger Things. It's not. It's time travel, and I see the vibe similarities, but it's much better. You
know what is much better though? Korean reality TV.
Oh, like, yeah.
Culinary Class Wars is like the best cooking show I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, they have this, what's the, like, the greatest athlete or something?
Yeah, Physical 100.
Physical 100. Insane,
amazing.
Bro.
Like, and the thing is, I'm so like brainwashed by American reality TV that I see Physical 100 and all I think is people like flirting with each other, fighting with each other, all this drama, all this beef. No, everyone's so nice, dude.
Yeah.
They're so cool, man. And so I love
it's more about Korean. The actual thing. Yeah, the Physical 100. I gotta watch that too. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard great things about it.
No, it's really good, man.
Or they just like do like crazy like weight loss. There's like one about like weight loss.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where they like, it's like, you know, there's an American version of that, The Biggest Loser or whatever. Where they, like,
dude, that show was fucked. We used to watch some of that, and it was so fucked up what they were doing. Those people, they were like yakking. They're like, "I want to go home," and like, "Don't be a bitch."
Yeah,
it's like, what the fuck?
The Korean version is like even more fucked up. They're like, "You fucking fat pig, get on this treadmill. Look at yourself."
Oh my god!
Like put a mirror in front of the treadmill.
Oh my god!
It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, I had a ton of Koreans in my high school back in Vietnam, actually, and
nice.
K-drama, K-pop, everything. That was the thing, man.
Yeah, dude. Their music industry is also completely different. They have like
music. Being a music producer, if you get a gig consistently pitching for K-pop, you're living the fucking dream, dude.
Yeah,
it's a long turnover apparently, like sometimes 2 years or whatever, but they pay well, and you can like really make huge songs there. Yeah, they like North American music production. You know, like a lot of the newer K-pop songs that are doing really well use like quite not like super modern producers, but like very innovative producers from North America. Like
they're big here too. I know like people that like they sell out like arenas, right?
Oh yeah, even in here. Like there's this singer called Lisa from Blackpink.
Okay.
She released a song and it was produced by the fucking lead singer of One Republic. Remember that?
Nice.
He's also a really good producer, and someone else, I forgot their name, but yeah, it's so funny how
that's
that happens.
Really cool. That's really cool.
That guy also wrote Halo by Beyonce.
Really?
Yeah, with another guy, but yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing that. There's like apparently like there's Mike Posner or whatever.
Yeah.
That guy
wrote a ton of songs.
Really famous songs for like other people that you're like, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah, he got fucked over by the music industry.
Yeah, I saw probably through TikTok or whatever.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing is that he came back so strong with a song talking shit about the music industry, right? And the music industry is like, yeah, okay, wait, we like that. And you know, it's like the music. So the music industry goes with whatever's popular. Yeah. Whether it's fuck big corporations, a big corporation's like, yeah, let's push that or whatever, right? It's just how it is. So yeah, like it's just ironic because a ton of new music is like quote unquote authentic because that's what's in indie like authentic music. Like pushed by big labels, which is just the business. Yeah. But it's just
and
the
it's
story.
Always been the business. I feel like maybe it's just because as we're getting older, we're learning to see the reality of things, but nothing has changed. Like this shit, dude, did you see like the CEO that got assassinated, the United Health guy?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it's like, okay, yeah, like the reaction is hilarious. People are like laughing about it and like, yeah, fuck you. You like killed my grandma or whatever because the insurance claim didn't go through, right? Completely understandable. Mainstream media just glossing over that. They don't even mention the fact that most people are empathizing, or most people's lack of empathy for this guy is pretty justified. You can see that.
Yeah.
And then like, dude, it's just mob shit. It's just gangster. They're all gangsters. Like all these corporations, the government, they're all gangsters. It just used to be in the 50s and the 70s, it was actual gangsters because they were doing crime that were regulated by the government. Right? It was like Capone, whatever, it was literal gangsters. And they would just shoot each other. Bill Burr has a great bit about, like, it's the same shit, but the government now has they got rid of the mob, they absorbed the crime, because now the government runs the lottery. That used to be a gang thing. All their scams, the government runs the same scams, right? Running numbers, that's the lottery. Betting, put on an NFL game.
Bro, I'm so sick of that shit, man.
All the sports betting?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Right? Again, government regulated. It's just all of those little scummy things that used to be run by the mob, they just do it legally now.
That's
so like
funny.
The bank, loan sharks, right? Only
marijuana.
They can't break your legs, right?
Next thing you know, fucking, you're gonna buy cocaine through the
it's already like Oregon, right? Like there's like a old drug policy, whatever, right? So it's all, the government is just absorbing all these things, making it legal, so nobody's breaking your legs, but they're all gangsters. And like they used to whack each other, and there would be all these turf wars, so it'd be like kind of like cool drama, you know, you get the Sopranos out of it at least. But now it's all just kind of behind closed doors, insider trading, all that bullshit. Nobody's whacking each other, but they're doing the same shit. So Bill Burr's bit is like, imagine like the CEO of Walmart whack the CEO of Target. That would be hilarious. Bring that shit back, you know? So much better than all this stuff.
Well, now fucking CEOs are getting shot in the fucking street. They better not walk outside, dude.
They're all scared now. That next meeting they have with all those healthcare guys, they're gonna be like, all right, was it you?
Well, did you see the statement that because he's like the CEO of like a subsidiary. Did you see what the main CEO said?
No.
Said some fuck shit. He was basically like, we're not changing our policy, basically.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, it's going to take a lot more to make a wave, but it's like, and it wasn't even, hey, what's up, man?
Oh, a little rat man joined us. You know what's funny? So my other cat, got 4 million views on TikTok in one video. Yeah. This guy is struggling to break 50K, this poor little guy. I feel so bad. We like post him and it gets like 200 views sometimes. Yeah. We're like, oh, nobody likes you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I don't think he gives a shit.
No, dude. He's team
You can take solace
spirit.
in the fact that they don't care. He's got his little fupa and he's happy.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it would be so much funnier if they were just mobsters again and we can get at least some good books or TV out of it, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Like make a little consequences. Make it fun again. Yeah. Right? Make it fun again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's funny about the music industry is that
gangsters.
Like the music industry is like this big bad wolf or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you get down to it, like, sure, there's the CEOs and stuff, but there's people that are in the lower levels that are just people like us that are just like working with massive fucking budgets and doing what works best for for them to make the best profit, which happens to be whatever is popular out there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of money out there.
Oh,
it's just that we're not getting shit.
Yeah.
Like the bottom end is not getting shit. Like unless you have real bargaining power.
Yeah. Well, I look at it like pro sports, right? Like you get the feeder leagues, and like the difference between the guys in, if you take whatever, like baseball or golf, the guys in the feeder leagues are not making any money on the farm teams, right? But their level isn't that far off the pros, and in a lot of cases it's even higher than the pros.
Yeah.
But they just haven't made it yet. And then you make that switch, right? You get that call up where you go from like web.com tour to PGA tour, and then you start, your first paycheck is like for doing the same thing, instead of like, you know, a couple $1,000s, it's a couple $1 million, right? And it's
at least athletic organizations, the players have like unions and shit, and they strike, so they get massive fucking deals. The music industry, there's no fucking, like, imagine if all the top 40 stars says we're not releasing music until Spotify starts getting more money.
That was the whole thing with the actors too, right? Like
because they have a union.
They have a union.
Musicians don't have we have SoCan in Canada, but that's just a company that collects royalties on your behalf, right?
That's funny. If music, wherever music is, comedy's like even like years behind that. We have not even
well, at least
union.
Comedy has cracked the content game though.
Yeah.
Music content fucking sucks, dude. Other than music videos, I mean, like vertical content, most people are like, did I just remix the song of the summer? I'm like, oh, you poor soul, dude. Like, I feel so bad for you because you need to do this in order for your music to get out. Because comedy is visual and audio. But music is audio. So you need to make the fucking visual up. Right? And so no one likes looking at your computer screen where you made the music. Don't care if you spend 400 hours. If you can play piano and sing, oh dude, you're money.
Just film yourself doing that.
You're money. But if you're like trying to be a producer and stuff, you need to like fake sing on the mic. Like you sing, record it perfectly, put up a microphone that's not plugged in, and fake sing just to get the story.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
But
we have not cracked the content game, dude.
The content games, it's uncrackable, because it becomes, once you think you crack it, then there's the next thing, and you're like, okay, I got to get on that. So it's not, it's fine. It's great, again, because that lowers the barrier to entry, and anybody can make a video and like get themselves out there, which is cool. But it brings its own sleuth of problems. But,
well, you know what's crazy though is that at least you can like look at someone's content that's working. Like, isn't crowd work like super in right now or whatever?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So like with music, what's super in? If I go and look out there, this is like 6 months old, but you know that guy Jake or whatever, JVKE or whatever, he blew the fuck up because he made this song, and it's like, oh, me sneaking into my brother's room and seeing what he's making, and he's like performing this amazing song. Like, you think that he did not know that they were doing that?
No,
it's his fucking TikTok account. He's posting it himself. Oh, me in the Bose pitch room where they're listening to the song for the first time, and it shows like businessmen, like, whoa.
It's not real.
No, he made the song a while ago. He's promoting the song, and he's doing really well because he's making a story. He's making a fucking story.
So now
maybe it's real, maybe it's fake. My money's on it's fake.
It's definitely fake.
But now that's what people need to do. They need a fucking fake. Oh my God, my fucking disabled brother made this beat today. Look at him, and he's in a wheelchair, and he made this beat from scratch, bro. And it's like, yeah, that's now what you have to do, and I don't blame anyone.
We have our own version of that. We have look, my disabled whatever can tell a joke. It's called Kill Tony. It's all, you have to be retarded or foreign.
Dude, Kill Tony is fucking
It's great.
crazy,
It's great.
Dude,
It's good.
There was a producer that was in the front row of Kill Tony. And they were sort of roasting him a little bit. And then they're like, what do you do? And he's like, I'm a music producer. Right? And they're like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, oh, you make beats, blah, blah, blah. They were like, play some of his music. And he's British, right? So they played one of his songs, and it started off, and then Tony was like doing a British accent, like, oh, no, I'm late for the trolley or whatever.
Oh, I think I've seen this.
And then it hit, and it was so fucking hard, and everyone's like, oh my God, like losing their mind. And it was like nice vindication as a musician, because musicians and comedians go hand in hand. But dude, I had a video that got 300,000 on Instagram. I was at a comedy show.
I saw it.
And they were like, he's like, what do you do? I'm a music producer. And someone laughed in the background. And we had a back and forth where he was just roasting me, but it's fine because it's crowd work. It's comedy. I don't care. I was going along with it. I was having a great time. Afterwards, I went up to him and I was like, yeah, you're hilarious, man. We had a good chat. Posted on Instagram. My entire comic section is fuck that comedian, your music's better than his comedy. And then a comedian replies, yo, fuck his music, this comedy is way better. Yo, musicians are dickheads. Yo, fuck comedians.
That's hilarious.
And they're beefing.
Yeah.
There are people like white knighting me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, don't fucking do
Yeah,
that.
it's chill,
It's fine. And then me and the comedian, he's like, nice to see you.
Yeah.
Like after everything goes to shit.
It's not real. Yeah. It's all the stuff, like a lot of my like videos blow up and like you see the wars in the comments, the absolute wars. God, and I get like DMs. It's none of it is real. Like I get DMs every single day of people telling me, good job, I love your stuff, you like make me laugh, and that feels great. But I get also DMs every single day, people trying telling me to kill myself and get a job, right? It's not, none of it's real. And then I get fucking or gay guys hitting on me. It's one of
that's why I'm going in more to the live scene now and like playing live sets, because it's real. That's what we're in
it for. There's nothing better than playing a show.
Exactly. Like the content thing is just a conduit to get people to show up to your fucking show.
Name of the game for both of us, man. We're in the same business. We're in the business of selling tickets.
Yeah, because like music, like a lot of people, like say you're a singer or whatever, right? Like what's your end game? It's like you play a stadium or whatever. But
sell tickets.
Sell tickets. Like you're not making money off of TikTok ads. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that's it. But a lot of people have lost track of that. They just want to get streaming numbers.
Yeah.
And they think that will sell tickets. So like, no, it won't sell tickets.
Yeah.
Dude. I've had 100K monthly listeners.
Yeah.
All of them are in fucking Los Angeles or England.
LA, yeah.
So I play a show here.
Yeah.
And it's a whole bad turnout. You know what I mean? And I don't blame anyone here, because Toronto is also a city where people will start dancing, realize people are looking at them, and then go back into their
Toronto,
fucking show.
that fucking guy that made the Toronto Shorty whatever song, like, hey there tonight. That guy will sell out fucking.
Yeah, and fucking I love that song because it's so fucking stupid. It's like
funny,
a complete parody of the thing.
Yeah.
And fuck it. That's what needs to work, because people need to stop taking themselves so seriously here, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nobody knows where the fuck it's like. Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to things that happen. That's like the show I'm watching, Dark, right now. It's what it's about. It's like it's past and future and physics, and like the future affects the past, and it's like nobody fucking knows what's going on. You just wake up, like put your underwear on the right way, hopefully, and you fucking brush your teeth and go, and you're just out there in the universe. What the fuck? Like trying to stay strapped in.
Yeah, that's how it feels like.
Yeah, that's fine. The older you get, that's like, whatever.
Yeah.
And then one day you close your eyes and the sweet release of death.
Yeah, you're just done. Yeah.
Unless you're Quebecois, because then God's like, fuck you.
Yeah, then you go into the void, dude.
Yeah.
I'm fine with going.
You go into the void.
I'm going into the void hardcore,
the Quebecois
bro.
void.
Put me into a fucking tree. I'll like, you know how they like put your body in fucking a pot and then they plant and tree grow out?
Fuck? That's cool.
Do that to me, bro. Cremate me, spread my ashes, throw me in the fucking dump, whatever. I'm going into the void, bro.
That's hilarious, bro.
As long as I make some cool shit and play some cool shows, like that's all I want.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, what do you think the creative drive is? Like, what's your creative drive? Why do you want to?
Dude, for the longest time,
it's a deep question, right?
I had no fucking creative drive for like the last 4 years, even after winning all the Kenny Beats battles and shit like that, because it's like, what's the end game? Like, oh, you get a lot of views on YouTube. That's cool. You get comments of people like, I love your music. That's amazing. Like, I really appreciate it. But then what's the next thing? Do it again, right? But then, I also started singing on my stuff, and I play live shows where I'm like doing a vocal or whatever, and people are like swaying back. Like, it didn't do anything for me. And then I play a live set where I'm like playing more house music. People are having a good time and they're just like let loose, and it's just like an experience for them, right? They don't come to see me. They come to have a good time. I just happen to be there. And that's my drive now. I want to play live sets. I want to have a good time. I want people to, like, my music is made for live shows.
Yeah.
All the moments are there so that when it's live, it'll hit.
Yeah.
Right? So that's my drive now.
That's
I just
cool.
picture it live.
That's great. And I think that's, again, like I said, it's a deep question, but it's very easy to overcomplicate. And it's like, people are creative because they want to leave something behind, and like, eternal life, this, that, and that. And I think jokes are funny. I like writing jokes, and that's it. That's it for me.
Yeah. Well, because, like leaving something behind is about how people perceive you.
Yeah.
And I want to be perceived good, but I'm like, do I want to be, no, I want to be happy, bro. I just want
to a certain point. People do everything for that. Like, why do you have kids? Oh, it's like to spread your seed, like genetically, like whatever that, right? That's like our natural drive is like through evolution. We want to fucking do that for the survival of the species and then for survival of your kin, whatever. And you extrapolate that, but at the end of the day, it's just like, it's fucking. Why do I want to have I want to have kids? Why? Because like I don't know. I think it'll be cool to have like a cool a cool person.
I just want to like experience everything so that when I die on my deathbed, I'm like, cool. I did everything I wanted to. That's it. Like I want to experience what it's like to be rich. I want to experience what it's like to be broke. I want to experience.
Got that one in the bag. Check.
Fucking already done that one. Fuck me.
Done.
Yeah, I'm like over it now. I'm like, okay, now let's get to the rich part, dude. Yeah. I want to experience what it's like to make music, to act, to do comedy, to dance, whatever. I just want to do one of everything, so I die with no regrets. Yeah.
Yeah, I read something very recent. I'm gonna butcher it. It's I don't even know what the quote was, but it was along the lines of, at the end of the day, right? We worry, like people go to religion, to philosophy, to whatever, because when they're in their final moments at the deathbed, like judgment, that's what they're scared of. Like, will God, like, will I go to heaven or will I go to hell? Right? Unless you're Quebecois, because we know where you're going. But like
Quebecois plus me.
Yeah. And the judgment is what they're scared of. And I read something recently. Fuck, I wish I remembered what this was from, because it was really cool. But it was, at the end of the day, the only judgment that you're going to have is from yourself.
Yeah. That's what I'm afraid of.
Okay. Yes. How will you feel about the life that you led? Yeah. That's your only judgment. And that you're in finer moments, right? I feel like the true, like, so this book I'm reading with the Holocaust survivor, Meaning. So he went through the Holocaust. He was like, and then he got a PhD in psychology and became like a practicing psychologist or psychiatrist, or I don't know the difference, but something like that. But his thing was that the difference between the prisoners that survived and that didn't, sometimes it was just dumb luck. Usually it was, but like usually people just gave up. So they even gave up on, like, they could go and get the food, but they just stayed in bed and starved to death and withered away. Right. It was meaning. It was because the people that had meaning, that had something to live for, were the ones that clung on and survived. And based on his experience, he's like, the number one, like, there was love and there was, doing something that you care about. Yeah. Right? Those are the big things. And it all comes back to this weird, like, emotional state of, like, whatever. What's love? What is doing something you care about? What is passion, right? Yeah. And it's just, it's meaning. It's meaning, deriving meaning from everything, from every interaction, from our conversations, and from waking up in the morning and like enjoying your coffee as opposed to being apathetic and just like whatever. Yeah. And I think everybody has to find their own meaning, because it's different for everybody. So yeah, for me, like, family is important. Why do I want to have kids? Because that'll give me meaning. I want to raise some people, and then when I'm on my deathbed, that'll be more important than fucking, partying and drinking and fucking bitches and hoes and like big booty Latinas or whatever. I think that's cool. It's good in the moment. Yeah, like nice ass. Cool. Yeah. Like, but like whatever.
That's definitely one thing that, like, I think also people don't understand what they actually want as well. Is that, like, I don't know what I want. Like, I thought I knew what I want. The younger I was, the more I was like, I want this, I want that. And then I get it, and I'm like, wait, this isn't making me happy. So I'm just like, let me just do whatever.
I don't think you're ever going to know what you want.
No.
It's just, it's accepting that and trying to.
As long as I'm literally not fucking depressed while I do something, like actively, if for a month straight I'm depressed, something's going wrong. Yeah. If I'm like okay / happy / hopeful for the future, then it doesn't matter what I'm really doing. Right? Yeah. Like even if I'm working at fucking
McDonald's. It's because you have hope.
Yeah. If I work at McDonald's, but I'm like excited for the future or whatever, then I don't care. Yeah. But if I work at McDonald's and I work at fucking Deloitte, and I have like, I'm running this into the grave, dude. Yeah, that's worse.
Yeah, high key, like, Deloitte will fuck you up more than a Auschwitz. Like, you heard it here first, folks. Bars. Jesus Christ. No, because okay. What I'm saying is that little, what you said, like you have some hope for the future. You have that little glimmer in your eye, and that thing you wake up for. That's important, and that's like a gift, truly, because that goes away like that, right? Right. That's very easy to take away from you. And again, like the Holocaust was an extreme example of that, and I keep bringing it back to that because it's a book I'm reading right now, so it's top of mind. But like what they would do is they would turn you into that number. Right? And they took away, they stripped you from humanity, they stripped you from hope. You have no purpose beyond doing this useless work right now, and then like survival, right? The basic, and then eventually, what's the point of even fighting? Like, what's the point of survival if you have no hope for the future? That's the whatever. What's the word I'm looking for? It's your human, like what makes you a person, right? Is individualism, whatever. That's your soul, right? Because once you strip that away and you turn your more, even animals, right? Animals have, like, you know, dogs especially, like we love them because they have that human aspect of love, right? So yeah, I don't even want to say they turn you into an animal. They turn you into, like, literally an object, like this remote, right? It has no hopes. It's just you press the button, and if it doesn't work, you throw it into the garbage. That's what they turned them into, right? The prisoners. If they didn't do their job, they literally threw them into the garbage. That's like, and to survive that will teach you, like, that's, it's cool. Like, it's thankfully we don't have to experience that, and as much as shit sucks right now, we're still living, I think, in the coolest time. Things are as easy as they've ever been. Right. And it's good to have these existential problems because we're privileged to even have them. We don't have to wake up and worry about how to survive. Right. Most of us. There's still a lot of that in the world.
There's the guy down the street at 7-Eleven, like, fucking butt naked at 2 p.m. Yeah.
Well, there's those guys, but there's more slavery in the world today than there has been ever, right? We think slavery. Really? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, there's more people, but also there's more slavery. It just away, like in other countries, right? So
I feel like it's a solid, I feel like slavery is a good way to end the podcast.
yeah slavery
Slavery and the Holocaust.
Yeah, man.
There you go, dude.
There we go.
Yeah, that's my life.
Nice.
That's your life.
Yeah. Good talk. Life talks.
Yeah,
that's what this podcast is for.
No, honestly.
Have fun at your show tomorrow. Just enjoy it.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I've got some insane, batshit crazy, like, mixes between different songs or whatever.
Fun. I wish I can come, bro. I have like a million Christmas things to do.
It's funny.
I'll catch one of your shows now that you're doing more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you
funny.
still have to come through to one of mine. Come, bring bring
now
your
I have time.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'll do it. Yeah, that sounds like fun, actually.
Yeah, there's a couple of free shows I do earlier in the week that might be easier for you. Like I said, like those Mondays, Tuesdays. I just did a Monday, Tuesday this week, so I don't go every week, but like maybe, later in December, January, before I skedaddle. Yeah. Go, just come through to one of the free shows. They're fun. Sometimes they suck, but it's still fun.
Dude. Yeah. I like going to Yuck Yucks. Yeah. And it's like student night.
Oh yeah,
and it's
Humber
like
night.
6 people.
Yeah,
and they're fucking
It's never
hilarious.
6 people. They always it's always a good amount of people.
Oh really?
Yeah.
When I went, it was like 6 people.
Those shows are good. There's much worse than that.
Oh really?
Anything at Yuck Yucks or Absolute, those are like good, always good shows. Good shows. There, you can go to a shitty if you want to go to a shitty show. I'll bring you to a shitty show.
I would love to go to a show that makes me think that I could do comedy. You know, like where I see someone so bad.
I need to take you somewhere. I need to take you to a place called Keys Comedy Club. You'll love it. It's a dude's attic. And go to the open mic night. You can literally hop on.
Shout out to that dude.
Yeah, I go there all the time. And if I vouch for you, he'll let you on. Especially if it's your first time. Write some material. I'll take you to Keys Comedy Club.
Oh, great, dude. That sounds like fun.
And you don't even have to be... They're like... Yeah, you don't have to write material. If you think you can hold a mic in front of a couple of people for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
3.
Longest 5 minutes of my life.
Yeah. If it's your first set, you can do 3 if you want. Yeah. If you think once you think you're ready for that, let me know. I'll take you to Keys Comedy Club.
Dude, sounds good. That sounds like fun. Like I said, I want to experience at least one thing in my life. If I go and bomb, then I need to do it again. So at least I do well, so I can experience what it's like to bomb. Yeah. And what it's like to do well. And there you go.
It's good. It's good. You don't want to do too well. I mean, nobody does too well their first try, but you want to not bomb. Ideally, you want to have a little hope, but like you want to do bad enough that you're like, okay, that was okay. I see something there, but I want to come back.
Yeah. That'll be good enough for me to go home and sleep.
All right.
Hell good. Yeah, dude.
Michael Emblem, everybody. Yeah, Emblem on Spotify. Is this still Emblem?
Yeah.
Nice.
Me,
Check him out. Yeah. Your music. I've met a lot of like people that are trying music or this or that, and I always tell them like, love your stuff. I actually really like your stuff. It's actually good. Your music's good. It's fire. His beats are good. Yeah. All your stuff the stuff you put out on Spotify, really enjoy it. I always show it. Man. It'll like, and I know it's good because I listen to it enough, like not just to support you, but it'll show up in my it's in my wrapped and it'll show up in my playlist and stuff.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Randomly
Thank
sometimes,
you, man.
and I'm like, oh yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah, it's funny too because I'm doing a complete switch on my project now. Yeah, making more house music.
Nice. That's sick. So I even remember one time there was this because I heard your song the day before and I'm like, what's that? I'm thinking of a song. Who? And it was you. It was your song.
Nice,
I was like,
dude.
Oh wait, yeah. Like
Hell
I was trying to,
man.
when you were trying to remember an artist.
Yeah,
it wasn't even like because It was just because I heard a song and I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was and I found it and it was your song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet, dude.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. See you soon.